Welcome back. So the reason it's paused on a cutscene is because I tried to head to Mother Mountain to start the main quest, but it just threw me right into a cutscene, so to continue from here.
Hey, Mr. Know-It-All is here. You know, your focus buddy who never smiles.
Ah,
I didn't know
Silence
what
is
to do
here.
with him, so I had him wait in your room.
Got it. Thanks.
I can go in my room. You're a bad friend.
Well, Silence. Looks like you finally found a door you could open without me.
I'm glad it's there, actually. It kept me from having to mingle with the company you keep. But enough prattle. I believe you owe me an explanation. Your plans for the Zenith base.
You're right. I do owe you. My spear in your throat for deceiving me again. At the Hades Proving Lab.
I doubt you asked me here for that kind of reckoning.
No. Right now, I need your help. So I'm giving you one final chance. But if you ever betray me again, I will kill you no matter what the circumstance. Understood?
Very well. Though we'll both face a decidedly short future if you can't get us inside that base.
Aloy, your other guest is here. She's, coming to you.
Thanks. Good timing. The truth is, I can't actually get us into the base. But she can.
The company you keep is even worse than I thought.
Not a fan of surprises, are you? Oh, look. That must be your little invention.
Does the weapon work? Without self-destructing?
Of course it does. I've eliminated the imperfections and greatly improved its design and output.
How can we be sure?
Care for a demonstration.
Oh no.
Enough, both of you. We're in this together, at least for now. Go talk to Erend. Tell him I said to give you rooms of your own. I'll come see you when I get a chance.
Oh, no. You first.
Better get everyone in the control room so Tilda can tell us what she knows about the Zenith base.
This is so funny. Have I collected anything new, or is it still just the 3? Still just the 3. Well, 4 of them technically, because there's one over there as well. Have I collected enough stuff to finish my... I've done a lot of hunting off screen. I wanted to try to get the best equipment I could.
Did you need something?
I failed. I didn't get the best. I got the Sky Killer and Wings of the 10. I don't know if I had that on the last one. But I've got Wings of the 10, got Sky Killer. That's basically it, unfortunately. I wanted to get more, but I just got very bored of all the hunting and the grinding and stuff. It's probably something I'll get on my own at some point. No, because I try to be further away. Critical hit. Yeah, that works. Just finished putting some of these on. I tell you, doing all this took a lot. I also tried to do some machine strikes. That didn't go up. Oh god. I can't tell you how much I hated trying to get that goddamn sack webbing. Let me give you an example. No, not an example. Let me just show you why it is so goddamn hard. Okay, so you see the underside of it. The entire underside. You can't hit any of that. Well, you can, but if you hit it too much, it explodes. And if it explodes, you don't get the sack webbing. It doesn't matter what you do, you don't get it. I I fought so many of them. And on the last one of the last ones I fought, on the very last hit, I hit the Sakura thing and it exploded, killing it. I was so mad.
Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
You better be. I want the weapon. Give it to me.
So your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regalla's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So
Oh
all
my
this time,
god.
even before I found the coordinates at the Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation. At the Hades Proving Lab.
You plan to kill me? I'm
How did I
hurt.
create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a Sarah to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades in the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Except to a Sarah.
Yeah.
How did you get a Sarah to work for you?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram tinker, Dervahl, who escaped his failed assault on Meridian. It was trivial to track her down and gain her cooperation. She wanted to succeed where Dervahl had failed.
So you promised her Regalla and the Tenakth. The Sarah would help you create a machine-riding army, and wanted to see Meridian burn as much as she did.
And so a partnership was born out of thirst for blood, bonded in mutual self-interest.
You think you had everything figured out, huh?
I did.
You did good, though.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zenith at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today.
So you didn't know about
Tell me
Beta at
about the
all.
weapon. How
I'll
does it
believe
work?
him.
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes. Only you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
Yeah, that's fine. Fair.
Why help Regalla take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hekarro.
Before Regalla's rebellion, Hekarro was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with the Carja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier.
Yes.
Yes.
Exceedingly so. All Regalla craved was war against the Carja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
Okay, so you needed someone who was not a terrorist, but goddamn was she evil.
While I was out there, I had a couple
Now
run-ins
she's working
with
for us.
The
Forgot
tribe
about
from
that.
across the ocean. And
Their entire tribe was shaped around the Discovery focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No.
They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shields.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
Ooh. You didn't know about
So
that.
those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
Alright, Silence. I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Yes. About your Zenith ally. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Yeah.
We will
I
deal
know.
with her, don't worry.
Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling. You mean you finally had one?
Oh my god.
Guess even you can change, Silence.
I love these two characters together. It's amazing. It is my favorite duo in all of gaming. I'm being stupid because it's definitely recency bias, but Silence is definitely one of my favorite characters in gaming. I put him above Aloy, definitely above Aloy. I love Silence's character so much. I really wish I could have finished this, but I really hate hunting behemoths. They always travel with like Ravagers. Also found out how to trigger freaking Apexes. It's if you hunt at night. That's when Apexes appear. If you hunt during the day, it's just normal freaking monsters. Normal machine. Where the hell am I going? Where's the lady? Where's the Zenith lady? Is she in the shower area? Okay, that's good. That's Kotal though. There you are. Oh, the
There
botany
you
area. Makes sense. I already scanned you, right? Pretty sure I scanned you.
Well done.
Gee, I just. Whoa, my god! I didn't even.
Despite my
How have I not
recent
noticed her
efforts, you
name
managed to
before?
secure silence.
It just goes on and on.
You're truly a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
Everything you've said about Elizabeth. It sounds like you knew her better than you let on. Who was she to you, exactly?
Her mother.
Perceptive
Go on,
as
say it.
ever. You're right. We were more than friends for a time.
Okay, so... what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less, and I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me. Restoring Elizabeth's dream. It's what?
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
You heard it here first. We're better than the original. Screw you, Elizabeth. Ain't nothing on Aloy.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future, one where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
Tried to stay behind and fix everything.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival, both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
Still, that's 3 events. You've been gone for thousands of years. Like, I do understand. I'm not going to blame her because she was trapped with them in space on a planet that they colonized. Like, that was their planet. She had to go along with them. I don't judge her for that. But she could have done more. That's 3 things she's done in thousands of years.
You said Beta's not in urgent danger. What are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Right. Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They
Think about it,
always
probably
viewed me
hurt her
with
to do that
suspicion
to
when I
Elizabeth.
attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it?
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes, though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Yeah, but she didn't see it that way. It's hard to... You just abandoned her, essentially. Considering all the training she was put through, everything she was put through because of you, those meetings with you were likely the only reprieve she had. Anything that helped her feel normal, feel okay. She didn't want to feel constantly, but it was the only form of relaxation or normality she had.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Hold on, I just thought about it. They can't track your suit, can they? Because that's a very high tech. Can they track your suit? Did we think about this? I really hope they can't track your
Why
suit.
do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far Zenith, not who I truly am.
Listen, I don't really mind
When
who you
it's time
truly
to
are. I
break into
don't
the
really
Zenith
care.
base, what can we expect?
I'll go over the full layout once you've assembled your friends. Suffice it to say, we will need to push as fast as possible to Beta and Gaia's location, dealing with heavy resistance along the way. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
Oh, great.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment, we learned our lesson.
Yeah, so you basically had to run.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
Why can you not scan it? Yeah, why can you not scan his weapon? You should have just a higher form of focus that should go past it. And then again, you can't hack his focus, so clearly he's doing stuff that you can't get around. So Silence is somehow blocking her ability to hack his focus, which is weird because you should be 1,000 years ahead of us in technology. Well, 1,000 years ahead of, well, past technology which we're using. Like, I'm certain Silence made some progress, but 1,000 years worth? I don't think so. You should just have a infinitely better focus version just built into the suit. So you should be able to scan it.
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company.
Makes sense.
A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. there were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
All of his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him, though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
So he's basically a warmonger. He doesn't get thrill from fighting in simulations anymore. He needs actual combat in order to feel anything. Which is great. Just great. We've got a berserker on our hands. Jesus.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
Gotta be honest, I'm not seeing you survive in this battle. Like, everything that's happening so far, I really think you're gonna die.
When I was in
I don't want you
Ruins
to,
of
but I
Vegas,
think you are.
I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows,
Las
gambling,
Vegas.
every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth.
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
Okay.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths, Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What, like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
So just not really a child, more so not growing up properly, just basking in the glow of being at the top without working towards getting it.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth. Titans of their industries.
And let me guess. All selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
Why is it the only dude you mentioned is the one just doing nothing playing golf? I feel offended.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this chance. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
Alright, I think that's mostly everything. What the hell am I doing now? Assemble my companions. So, do I want to speak to everyone? Oh, I should speak to Zoe. Alright, let me speak to Zoe.
Can we talk for a moment, Aloy?
Of course, Zoe.
Aloy. It appears that we have some interesting new guests. I'm glad to see you're okay, though. I heard you gave the Tenakth something to talk about. I was half expecting you to burst in through the ceiling riding a sunwing.
Sorry to disappoint.
Oh.
I mean, I can go outside right
I
now.
wanted to give you this.
You
For
want me
helping
to?
the land gods. Plainsong is in your debt.
Thank you.
You're
Zoe.
welcome.
You deserve much more for all you've done. May the land always bloom in your steps.
And
I'd prefer a red
Yours?
carpet. Alright,
have you talked to any of our new friends?
Erend and I tried speaking to Sylens, but apparently our tribal prattle is unnecessary.
I love
Charming,
him.
isn't he?
He is amazing.
Ready to head over to the Zenith base?
Whatever comes, we will endure.
Thoughts on our new Zenith acquaintance?
I'd say she smells like death, but even death smells of something. She's more like a cold piece of metal, bent on repelling all semblance of life.
She's definitely different.
That's definitely a way to put it.
So, how does a tribe like the Utaru manage to maintain the peace? Warriors like the
What am I
Not
doing?
when
This
I've-
is not
in the-
anything
the-
about
the
the
next event,
new
this
stuff.
could- but
I believe I've met them.
I've already expressed a while ago that I have no interest in any of that stuff.
How to go with the chorus after we fix the land gods.
They were shocked when I told them that our lands would soon be on the mend. I thought Fane's eyes would pop out of his head. But of course they had no choice but to take it as good news, even if it meant all their preaching about meekly accepting our doom was exposed as rot. To be honest, I found the conversation to be highly enjoyable.
I'm glad. You deserve it. They're lucky that you never gave up on saving them.
Indeed they are. Then that's
I
everything.
have to.
I'll make sure Aaron doesn't punch Sylens in the face, if that's what you mean.
Thanks.
Utaru Warden, it's purple, which means it's not any of mine. I
Aloy,
don't care about it.
you came back with some interesting friends.
Why does
Wish I
he
could say
ever
we
keep
don't
calling
need
them
them.
that? The people.
But
Just
Silence
call the
and
people.
Tilda are here for a reason. Even Regala.
Yeah.
Some cutting there, so I apologize for that. Sorry about all the cutting stuff. Just trying to block out any like heavy background. Is that a meta flower? Can I activate that meta flower? Why haven't I ever tried that? Hold. No, don't play strike.
Darla,
God damn it. No,
I
no,
don't think I can just put it in.
no.
Actually,
Just say the word.
I bet.
Oh,
You shut up. Shut up. Where's the meta flower? What? Come on! Ah, god damn it.
Well, now I know where metal flowers come from. A last-ditch effort to stop the Pharaoh plague.
Yes.
Demeter must have started distributing them after it took refuge in the greenhouse.
before I forget, I watered those plants for you. I just know they meant a lot to you, and
Ooh, purple. Not purple, gold. What's the gold? Ooh! Hello! I should have checked this before. I I'm getting kind of bored with all the talking. Let's move on to the guy stuff, because there's probably going to be a lot of talking there as well. Oh, there's no guy up here, actually. Let's move on to the assembly, because there's probably going to be a lot more
It's time to get
talking.
everyone together so Tilda can brief us.
Let's gather the companions.
All right, people. I need you up in the control room right away.
You're not going to show them all coming up here?
Okay, everyone.
There's a lot more people than I
We all
expected.
know
What?
what's at stake.
What?
Beta, Gaia,
Is that Regala?
not to mention life on Earth. Now, it might seem like the Zeniths are invincible, but they're not.
That
We've
that
got
is,
what
isn't it?
takes
It
to
is.
break into their base and defeat them.
Was Regala here all along? Did I miss her?
Have them on our side. Tilda, show us the base.
It is constructed atop the ruins of an ancient military facility on an island to the southwest. I can get us inside. To this location. Undetected.
How exactly?
You'll know when you need to.
No.
Once inside, our goal will be this structure. The launch tower. Gaia and Beta are being held at the top.
See, can you make it
But along the way,
better?
we will
It's all
face
just blue.
overwhelming
It's kind of hard to
resistance.
distinguish
Most
details.
importantly from Gerard, Eric, and the others. But also,
Once I take away their shields, we should be able to deal with them. But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
even if your device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
Plus whatever else is the
Only
final
an
boss.
army to fight them.
Oh my god.
I've got that under control. You'll know when you need to. All right.
Oh my god,
We'll
you
meet up
three
again
just
just
work
before we
together,
go in.
Jesus.
Where's the best place to rendezvous?
On the coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
Okay. I'll let you know when I arrive at the rendezvous point. And then you can join me. In the meantime, do whatever you need to prepare. Understood?
I don't think he's happy. Oh, it's gotta be awkward having Regala there, considering she was under his
You too?
control, essentially.
A minute?
What are you doing?
Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator. Here. Once we're inside, I need you two to split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives.
What
This
does
will
it
help
do?
stop the drones.
Okay.
Everything depends on it. You with me? After that, I want you to find a way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
How?
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew how to do it, I'm sure of that.
All right. But why? What am I trying to do?
Find information about the Zeniths. Anything Tilda's not telling us. Silence is right about one thing. There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
Keep her safe, okay?
On my life.
Yeah, that's Aloy's main love interest. You gotta protect her. I do not want Aloy to go through a tragic backstory, okay? That's not happening. I don't want her to have more character development. She doesn't need it. Don't kill off her main love interest, please. I'm pretty certain it's her.
Going down!
Just please, don't kill her. Aloy needs this. She's done so much already. Just let her live. I will be ending the episode soon enough. I should have a... yeah. Oh yeah, I'm falling. And I did get a load of materials and stuff for building. And, well, not building, but, you know, crafting stuff. I've stocked out as much as I could on my heavy equipment. Essentially meaning all of my these, or well, not all of those, but those are the weak ones. Those, a lot of these, this stuff down here. I'm ready. I am ready. Come, my bird. You're messing up my big thing. Try again. Come on, grab me. You're supposed to grab me. God damn it, bird. There we go. Jesus. Didn't think that would be so hard. Trying to make it look epic and stuff. You're messing up. Oh yeah, I guess this should have one of those. Yeah. I also found out whilst trying to farm that if you jump off this thing to hack something to fight against a big monster and then try to jump back on to throw the electric thing down at the big monster whilst your other machine is attacking it, the EMP despairs. So that was fun. I tried to be smart and the game screwed me. Game said no.
I should take care of everything I can before calling in the others to attack the Zenith base.
As far as quests go, I've done all those. I don't care about that. This, that's all just jobs. Yeah, so I'm gonna end things there. Next episode may be the last episode, so like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.